Hello students, let us continue chapter 14 Natural Resources. Today we are going to discuss our last three topics, the greenhouse effect, oxygen cycle and the ozone layer. So let us start with the greenhouse effect. Initially, greenhouses were the artificial enclosures, special kind of covers made of some material for keeping tropical plants in warm conditions, especially belongs to the cold climate regions. But nowadays, this term is used for an atmospheric phenomenon. There are some special gases categorized in greenhouse, like carbon dioxide, methane, and many more gases are there. These gases prevent the escape of heat from the earth due to two layer created on the top of the earth. Actually, these greenhouse gases create a special kind of shield, a layer, or we can say a wall that prevent the heat molecules from escaping the atmosphere of the earth. Or we can say all these greenhouse gases maintain heat level in the atmosphere. But an increase in the percentage of such gases in the atmosphere would definitely cause the average temperature to increase worldwide, and this process is known as greenhouse effect. Like the carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, or vapor, dichloro-difluoromethane, chloro-difluoromethane, hexafluoromethane, sulfur hexafluoride, nitrogen trifluoride, and tetrafluoromethane are some examples of greenhouse gases. But among all, an increase in the carbon dioxide contained in the atmosphere would cause more heat to be retained by the atmosphere, and hence it leads to global warming. Next, the oxygen cycle. Oxygen, we know that it is the most essential gas for all the living organisms. Also, it is an abundant element on our earth. If we consider its elemental form or gaseous form, it is about 21% in the atmosphere. As we know that oxygen is highly reactive gas, so it is also present as a compound form like oxides of metals, non-metals with silicon, or it is also present as carbonates, sulfates, nitrates, and with other minerals in Earth's crust. While in gaseous format, it is also present in the form of CO2, carbon dioxide. In the biological molecules such as carbohydrates, proteins, nucleic acids, and fats, oxygen is present along with the carbon. By oxygen cycle, the levels of oxygen are maintained in the atmosphere. We know that oxygen always helps in burning. Oxygen from the atmosphere is used up in three main processes. The very first is combustion. During combustion, we need oxygen. The second one is respiration. All the higher order living organisms respire with the help of oxygen, known as aerobic respiration. And the third one is in the formation of oxides of nitrogen like NO2, NO3, etc. Oxygen is returned to the atmosphere by the process of photosynthesis. We know that all green plants release oxygen as a byproduct. And the last one is some bacteria are anaerobic. Anaerobic, that means they do not need oxygen during their respiration process. They are poisoned by the elemental oxygen, and in the process of nitrogen fixing, oxygen is not needed by the same bacteria. The last topic is ozone layer. In the upper layers of the atmosphere, ozone is found. Ozone layer is found which has 3 atoms of oxygen, that is O3. Normally, elemental oxygen form is diatomic. That means the gaseous form of oxygen is always O2. But ozone is in the form of triatomic molecule, that is O3. Ozone is actually unstable, poisonous at the ground level, but it absorbs harmful ultraviolet radiations from the sun and thus prevents these from reaching the surface of the earth. So it is very helpful in the upper atmosphere. Various man-made compounds like CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons, can react with the ozone molecules, causing ozone depletion It penetrates the ozone layer. CFCs are carbon compounds having both fluorine and chlorine, which are very stable and not decomposed by any biological processes. Actually, these CFC carbon compounds are mostly found in compressors of ACs and refrigerators, and even in some perfumes also. So we should minimize the use of such things. Recently, it was discovered that there is a hole in the ozone layer above the Antarctica. If UV radiations reach the earth, they can cause very harmful changes in the plants and animals. So eco-friendly people advocate working towards stopping all further damage to the ozone layer. Okay, students, I hope you understood all the chapter. Thank you for listening.